Hi, welcome to Accordion Cafe. So here we are, we're going to do this Servis M6002W washing machine, and starting looking at the lid first of all. Starting at the back of the machine. Always remember to unplug your machine before you work on it. There's a couple of screws here got to come out. Using a Torx driver to take these fixings out. Bit of a big Torx driver, that's because I lent my electric screwdriver out, and of course you never get them back. So I'm having to use the big one. I could do it by hand, but that takes a bit too long. Gets a bit boring on the video when you do it by hand, doesn't it? So we'll just put a bit of padding on the front of the machine and lean it forward so we can see better what we're doing. When you take these your drain pipe off, we're just removing more screws from the back of the machine now. They're the same size as the ones in the lid. Remember to just drop that pipe into a bowl or a pan. I'm not too bothered at the moment because this is the workshop anyway. So just go around moving all the screws, removing all the screws. Keep them safe. You notice the plug's on the floor. I like to get the plug where I can see it. It's quite easy to forget to unplug a machine when you're busy working on it, but I'm sure we all know the dangers if you do forget to unplug it. And then you can just lift the back off. And from the back of the machine you can get to the parts we're showing now, like your motor and the belt, the drive belt. And the next thing we're going to do now, to continue removing the lid, we're going to use a 7mm attachment to undo these two. So we'll just take off the lid now, and there's two more long bolts here. They go right to the front of the machine, these do, into the front panel. You have to take these off to get the lid off. And once you've got the bolts out, just give it a little pull and it'll lift off. You see the length of them, they go right the way through. And screw into the front now. Let's look at a few of the parts of the machine now. A little run over what they are. There's your inlet valve where you connect to your tap, and there are two water inlet solenoids there. This is a cold fill machine. You've got your pipes up to the soap dispenser and these little brackets, which are special pliers, which have not been returned to me. Once again, I lent them out, so I have to use ordinary pliers. And showing the weight on the top, the counterbalance weight. There's your motor pulley and your tub pulley there. Of course, on the inside of that, inside the tub, you've got the spider, and there's the heater there, and there's part of the brains of the machine down there, the wiring, and there's the pressure valve, pressure switch, I should say, not valve, pressure switch. That actuates at different levels. Don't mess with that, don't try and adjust it because you'll upset everything. And there's your door interlock, and at the front there you've got your on-off switch, push button on the front that is, and they've got your program switch there. More of a control panel on the front. different settings.
Look at these torque screws. There's one down here, which is a bit difficult to see. It's just in here. It's a Torx head screw there.
There's another 2 screws at the front here.
There's another one
just underneath, and these are 2. These are Torx screws,
down there.
and you have to get to these to take off the control panel. And there's the other screw there.
Torque screws have to come out.
If you remove those 2 screws, you can take the control panel off the front. Makes things a little bit more easy to get at. I'll remove the soap dispenser fixing screws just to give a bit more access to it. You'll have to use a long Torx screwdriver to get to that screw there, unless you can struggle with a small one, of course. And then when you remove the front, you've still got wiring attached here, and there's also a ribbon connector there, so you need to be careful with that. The ribbon connector is a lot longer than the wiring, so I've allowed that to just hang about on the side. As you can see, there's plenty of free movement in that. It's not stressing out the ribbon connector at all. And there's the outlet pipe from the water dispenser to the tub. One of those clips again, and there's the pliers I have to use at the moment until I get mine back. Never. And here we have the door seal on the front, and to remove the door seal there is a wire goes around the door which is connected to complete it with a spring. So find the spring, it's on the left here, and put your little screwdriver under the spring and just lever it out. All the way around. Put it to one side, and your door seal then will pull off. Sometimes you can just fold these back into the wash tub to keep them out of the way. Although they don't always want to stop in the wash tub, they tend to spring out again. And just look carefully on how the seal fits into the front casing as you're taking it off, to make sure you put it on proper again. Now if you want to take the door seal off completely, you can remove this other band which is on the tub, but you won't be able to pull it all the way out because there is in fact a drain pipe at the bottom, which is connected to the tub. Now that little triangle where I'm pointing out there, that points to a pip on the door seal, and it's important that you get that in the same place when you put the door seal back in, because at the bottom of the door seal there is a drain. See the drain hole, and that pipe takes it back into the tub. So make sure you, when you put the door seal back on, you get that pip by the triangle at the top, otherwise your door seal won't drain and it'll go rotten with the water. It'll go black and manky with soaps and all sorts of crud. But you can take this door seal, what's the word, clamp off, basically the same as you took the one off the casing at the front, just by getting hold of it. A little hooked sort of screwdriver might be a good idea to get that out. And then you can pull it down, and if you want to take the door seal off, take the spring, take the retaining band out completely, then you'll have to pull the door seal down from the top and pull the band over the door seal, just like this. We are just doing a strip down here, we're not actually doing any repairs to this machine, so you have to take it as it comes. Anyway, this is almost the end of the part 1, so I'll see you in part 2.